Being a black salesperson in America has got to be one of the scariest jobs there is. This next video you're about to watch is of a young man that goes by the name of Jizzle on TikTok and his experience when he knocked on white supremacists' door. Check it out.
Oh, you. That's right, record me.
Cool, take your black out of here. Take your black out of here. Go crush him, not cool. Get away in your phone. Get your ass beat.
Oh, my property.
Record. Come back and get him.
Angry. I hope you show your employer. Show your employers, because this is what your employees do.
You dumb. There's no solution. Get your black.
I'm sorry for even apologizing. I tried compromising and went kamikaze. I found just the way she always had it. I cried, put it to my head and thought about it. Nobody was home to stop me.
So that took place in Orlando, Florida. He's a salesman and he, did what most salesmen do, and that's knock on doors, right? You're trying to sell whatever product or service that you have. Well, apparently, and we did bleep it out because they were upset, right? But apparently they didn't like him knocking on the door, and they had a whole lot of choice words for him. Y'all saw them telling him, get off our property, and flipping him the bird, dropping all kind of F-bombs. And yes, that white man called him the N-word and all that other stuff. And then at the end of that video, he says, get out of here before I hang you. Okay? Now, Jizzle called the police, and this is what happened. Check it out.
Okay, so there's no crime committed.
Okay.
As in, like the assault with the threats made.
No problem.
I understand what he said is
Okay.
okay.
But okay.
I would just say, honestly, the best bet is to stay away from that. Is it a common issue in the neighborhood, or?
Let me show you right now. I got you.
So as you saw there, the police was like, well, there's nothing really we could do. It's not, right or whatever, but just stay away from there, right? So it's like, there's nothing you could do about somebody saying they should hang me and calling me all kind of N-words and, the running after me is nothing you could do. See, that's why we also got to pay attention to where they say, oh, y'all got a hate crime bill, because had that been an Asian, oh yeah, you could best believe whoever that was would have gotten dealt with to the fullest extent of the law. Hate crime, put on them and all kind of stuff. But you see that in broad daylight, that white folks acting like that, and there's nothing we can do. Now, they said that particular man is not a stranger to the law. Sounds like he's got like 16 other cases and charges. And sounds like as of this year in May, he got a domestic violence charge. That's what the allegations is. I won't say his name until all of that is substantiated. But yeah, y'all saw what they did. And this is the other thing. The other question I have for us as Black Americans, why, not y'all, but them over there, why do y'all want to live in a neighborhood with them? Why are y'all fighting so hard to not segregate from that? Can you imagine living in the same neighborhood with people who act like that? And did you see how she came out there looking like something from the Men in Black? She looked crazy, Yeah, talking about get out of here and all this other stuff. It's like, lady, really, don't nobody even want to be around you and your bald head husband like that. I promise you, you two are the only two people on the planet, and maybe your brothers and sisters, that want you. Okay, nobody wants you. That man was doing his job. But as I said a minute ago, that has to be very scary. Listen, I used to do that. When I sold life insurance, I would knock on the doors because sometimes you got to get it out the mud. And you don't know who's going to be on the other side of that door. It could be somebody like that, right? Or some sadistic fool about the suburbs, or whatever the case is. So you never know. But especially in today's climate, a lot of them feel really emboldened, and they're just, and he even said, I don't care about your found. So he knew he was being recorded. And my thing too is, if the police department there in Orlando, Florida is saying, well, there's nothing we could do, perhaps they know each other. Perhaps they good in the hood, because, it's often said and known that, and I don't know if any of them are in the Klan, but let's just pretend they are, okay? We know that Klans members are also police officers, and they good with the people in the neighborhood. Hey, Bob, you having any problem with them N-words out there? All that kind of stuff. So, yeah. But again, the dude seemed like he's already a criminal, but they didn't want to give him a crime for terrorizing that black man, even if it was for 30 seconds or so that we saw. So hopefully he's doing all right. I know that was emotionally traumatizing, but you know, young brother, be careful, especially in Orlando, Florida, or anywhere in America, right? Because you just never know who or what, because they are what, is going to be on the other side of that door. So anyway, for more insightful commentary, please subscribe to this channel.